Hello, I am here at St. Pius Church in Southfield. It's not too far from where I live. And I came here today because my grandmother's ashes were laid here. And I've had a strong pull to come and sit with her, to contemplate her life and the great effect that her life had on mine. It's not an easy story to tell. It was an absolutely shocking and devastating experience for my family. Back in 2013, when I lost both grandparents just 3 weeks from one another. They both died in the same retirement home in Plumstead, Cape Town, in July and August 2013. My grandfather, whilst I was away in India for my first ever trip there, when I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training, and then 1 week after I arrived home, my grandmother was brutally murdered inside the retirement home room. She was stabbed 11 times. The home, its management and its staff tried to say that she committed suicide, and that most certainly was not the case. All the evidence pointed to brutality. I saw it with my own eyes, and I felt it very long afterwards. The effect that that night had on me changed everything. I sometimes attest to my spiritual connection with God and the journey that ensued between India and South Africa after that, and my work on the streets as a karma yogi, as perhaps something that embodied some of her spirit. She cared for everybody, even when they deceived her, when they said things about her behind her back. And condemned her. I found out that a very dear friend of mine left his mortal body a couple of days ago. So Alex, life is so short wherever you are. We don't know what happened yet. We never know when our contract is going to expire or the way that it's going to end. So I wonder, when death takes so much importance in our lives, why isn't this life taking as much importance? Why aren't we living every day for God, for spirit, to be happy, to ascend, to expand? All right, let's read today's reading. I'm not sure how much longer I can sit in the church grounds. I asked the groundskeeper if I could come in. Came in specifically to touch the plaque on the wall that belongs to Jean Lily Page. Inviting God's source and spirit into this reading today for clarity, to give my words confidence and meaning, so that my humbleness is not forsaken, seen as timidness, or anything that can be taken advantage of. I'm going through a transition phase, transmuting and purging, trusting, and having faith that whatever God has in store for me next is what is going to fulfill my destiny path and take me wherever I need to go. 19th of June, having closed all the gates, confined the mind in the heart and fixed the life breath in the head, engaged in the practice of concentration, uttering the one-syllabled Om, the Brahman, and remembering me, he who departs, leaving the body, attains to the supreme goal. Just as it is important for us to know how to live, it is equally important for us to know how to die, not to be afraid of death, to block it from our minds, or even to long for it. Death is inevitable. The Bhagavad Gita, in addition to teaching the art of living, gives instruction in the art of dying. The Hatha Yogi closes all the gates of the body with the help of a few simple psycho-physical exercises. Sitting in Siddhasana, he presses the left heel firmly on the perineum, thus closing the rectum, and places the right heel on the generative organ, closing that gate too. By the practice of Yoni Mudra, he closes the other gates, the ears with the thumbs, the eyes with the index fingers, the nostrils with the middle fingers, the upper and lower lips respectively with the ring and little fingers. Now he sees the subtle core of the Samsumna Nadi, or the spinal cord, as a radiant hollow tube through which the awakened Kundalini Shakti ascends, piercing center after center of the gross elements. It's interesting because they're giving us a pose here which is supposed to help us detach from the physical body. And the yogic aspects of the book, the asanas, even the breath work, I haven't even got there yet when it comes to how much of that physical practice I've had to integrate into my daily practice and what I do to soften, release stress, lower my heart rate, and get mindful. Even the Yoga Nidra meditation that I teach is about us disconnecting from our physical body, or the heavy, the gross body. There's a very important lesson and technique there, that I am not my body. Just what you see here, not my body. There's so much more to me, so much more to all of us, if we let go of the I, me, and the mine. With his mind fixed in heart, symbolically at the feet of the Lord, he takes the Kundalini Shakti, the prana, to the crown of the head. Thus the prana has been consciously and deliberately withdrawn from the whole body, from matter. When the time comes for him to leave the body, the yogi utters the monosyllable Om, the sound picture of the Absolute, and discards the body, remembering God. In accordance with the law of last thought form, he reaches God. If we train ourselves in the art of withdrawing the prana from the body, now by constant diligent effort and daily practice of these exercises, perhaps we will use them in the last hour, and departure will be facilitated. Departure of that last physical breath to move into a blissful union of souls. Again, beautifully synchronous, that even the Bhagavad Gita can give us instructions about living and the art of dying. I have some photographs here. It's a picture of my grandmother when she was very young at the Land Army. She was in the Land Army nursing and caring for people. And then much later, I received these pictures. And I didn't realize that she was a yogi too. Look at that splendid headstand. I didn't realize how much she inspired me. And it was too late to tell her. And for her to witness the amount of healing work I've done for others and on myself. I'm praying for protection over my life, because the enemy is trying to take from me my confidence, my resources, my light. I will not give it over. And I will continue to push myself every day. It's my promise to be here, reading this word. Thank you. Thank you for experiencing this with me. Life is short. We only have one. I'm sending you peace, love, and light. Thank you. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. Amen. God bless you.